NWA TNA.
Russo.
Can't wait to buy the next show, right? Segment 7, the precocious Goldy Locks is what they call her, is backstage with Apollo. They start a promo, but it's interrupted by Bobcat. She says that her guy is the future of the company, not this guy. Never says the name of either guy. I don't know.
Or her own name?
No,
right?
Nobody says anyone's name. I don't know who anyone is in this I know Apollo because Goldilocks said it, and I know Goldilocks because Tanae said it, but that's it.
And she was on the first show. I like how she has the mic, and the other girl walks up to her, and she's like, "No one cares," blah blah blah, and she just takes the mic back, Goldie, and she's like, "Okay, well," and then gives her back the mic. Like that was her all. That was all of her response. No one cut her off. That's what she wanted to say, and gave her back the mic.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah. She says, "Look, if you have a complaint, take it up with management." She's like, "I'm taking it up with you," and Goldie just goes, "I'm cutting this interview. It's over."
Poor Apollo.
Yeah. Segment length 45 seconds. Is that those your only thoughts? Poor Apollo.
Poor Apollo, and then Goldie is the best female talent they have on the entire roster.
Yeah, and
being misused.
I currently have more respect for her than I do Slick because she knows when to cut an interview, unlike referee Slick Johnson, who has no clue when to cut a match.
It looked like she respected her job, and she was doing it properly.
Yeah. The only thing I did get from this interview, is that Apollo recently moved to Orlando.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I learned from him. Tonight, I hear for one thing, I moved to Orlando, interrupted. So that's the only thing I got from him.
He moved there for that job.
Yo, if they don't hire him, it's so fucked up. He moved from Puerto Rico to Orlando for them, and then they don't hire him.
He looks great. They have to.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure they do, but I'm just saying. If they don't...
Unless Conan gets his fingers on him.
Ooh. Right on his traps. Segment 8, Not Smooth by Rob Thomas and Santana play.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was. It was great. Yeah. Apollo comes out. That's his music. And then Bobcat comes out with her man because they really don't make David Young the focus at all. But yeah, it's David Young with Bobcat. And as they enter, Ferrara's like, "Hey, Bobcat's dressed like a prostitute." I'm just like, come on, guys. So the commentary team puts over Apollo as the first man to knock down Malice in the Gauntlet for the gold, and a very impressive wrestler as he performs moves like a stalling tilt-a-whirl slam and a double underhook suplex.
Apollo is one of the strongest men I've ever seen in my life.
You stall a tilt-a-whirl.
First of all, he did that stalling tilt-a-whirl slam with only his hands.
Yeah.
He did not do that with his arms or anything. He purely had him in just his two hands and then just put him down. And I was like, sign him. Sign him now and put him in the main event.
Stop the match to sign him.
Yeah.
You're hired. You're hired.
Run out there with a contract.
Don't ruin it. Mike mentions his Puerto Rican basketball background, and he mentions this Puerto Rican basketball background as a foundation for his jumping skills. That's why he can jump over someone when they run the ropes. The rest of the wrestlers, I don't know where they get it from. He also mentions that David Young started wrestling at 16.
Is that allowed?
I don't know. Bobcat starts walking around the ring, flicking her boa at fans, specifically JB.
I'm already tired of her.
Right? David Young takes control of the match as Bobcat does another lap and goes back to JB with the boa. I was just like, what the hell? I
had the same thoughts as Ed Ferrara. I was, what is with JB and all these women coming over to him?
Yeah. I love it though, because as she's like messing with him, she's like unbuttoning his shirt. He's holding his hands up like he's being robbed at gunpoint. Like he's like, I don't want this. I don't want anything to do with this. I don't want this.
Say that.
I don't want this.
I do not want this. I'm on camera. You hear me.
So a series of standing holds by David Young as Apollo occasionally breaks out with a strike. Young hits his finisher, which is a spine buster, like Double A style. And then he immediately goes on the top rope and focuses on Bobcat with JB. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then goes for a moonsault. Like, doesn't even
look back again.
No, just goes for a moonsault. Apollo hits a super kick followed by a TKO, and that's the 3. And I'm almost positive 2 songs play.
Oh, yeah?
I'm almost positive. I think it was both songs. I think it was both David Young's and Smooth. Match length, 5 minutes, 28 seconds. Segment length, 7 minutes, 35 seconds. Your thoughts?
I do not like Bobcat. She did her job. She was very annoying. I get his gimmick. So he, David Young, is that his name?
Yeah.
Darren Young?
David Young, yeah.
He did his job. He was like, "What? I'm supposed to be the star. Stop distracting." Or stop, or he was jealous, or whatever he was doing.
Yeah, it was something like
They
that.
did their jobs. I didn't like it though. I don't know if they
Yeah.
didn't do their jobs because I didn't care, or if it's just like I don't care about that gimmick to begin with.
Yeah.
But and Apollo looked amazing. I loved everything Apollo did. So I half like this segment, half I don't like David Young. I don't care if he ever shows up again.
No.
Apollo, I hope he gets pushed to the moon.
Okay. Yeah.
And the cameras and the director suck. Because
Yeah.
there was constant things where they're looking at Bobcat and Apollo just does a suicide dive and the cameras miss completely.
Right. I don't know what it is about this gimmick, but it is 100% clear to me that this is a parody gimmick of Tammy Cinch, aka Sunny, and Chris Candido.
Oh, that's 100% what that gimmick is.
I don't know if it's because I remember this from because I've watched this before, I remember it, but it screams.
Did they ever do that in WWF? They did it in ECW, right?
Make fun of Sunny?
No, that gimmick.
What?
Sunny and
Oh,
Candido.
them?
Yeah.
In I mean, they
They
were the
did it-
Body Donnas, but that's...
I know, but they didn't do that gimmick.
They didn't do
did
the Chris
ECW,
Candido,
though.
no gimmick needed with Tammy
Yeah,
Cinch
yeah,
type.
yeah.
No,
That
they
was
didn't
only
do
in
that.
ECW.
Yeah, that was, Post-match, Bobcat gets in the ring and starts running around like it's all about her, and the commentators are confused by this and want to know what she is smoking. Segment 9.
Well...
No joke.